Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Always Be Upgrading. Today's topic is one that hits deep, and it's something that many of us go through, are going through, or will go through. And that's becoming an empty nester. Well, in my case, an almost empty nester. And honestly, it's been more emotional, more complex, and more eye-opening than I could have ever imagined. I always envisioned this moment, like I thought I would be ready. After all, that's what we raise them for. Let me tell you that the first taste of letting go started way earlier than I anticipated. I cried the day my firstborn stepped onto the school bus for kindergarten. His little backpack swallowed his tiny frame, and my heart just broke wide open. And then, just like that, came college. And he didn't even need help moving into his dorm. He was ready. And you know what? I was proud, but I was also heartbroken. And then my daughter left during the pandemic for college, like right in the middle of COVID. Poor girl had no prom, no traditional high school graduation, and no big senior send-off. And then there was the grief of like what she missed. And if I'm being honest, secretly, I also felt a little relief. Like I didn't have to worry about the freshman year parties or the typical college fears because there was the pandemic bubble. And in a strange kind of way, it was comforting during an otherwise really scary and uncertain time. And then our youngest, our baby, watching him go was probably the hardest because that's when it really hits. Like when the last one leaves, like even if they're not even that far away, the whole house just changes. The rhythm is different, the energy shifts, and then the silence is louder. You start noticing the empty space, the fewer groceries, the shorter laundry list, but also the quiet dinners. And there's this heaviness that really settles in. And not because we're not proud. I mean, we certainly are, but you realize that this chapter is closing. It's beautiful, but it's also bittersweet and at times disorienting. You go through the question, like, did I do a good job as a parent all of these years? Like all of my mistakes started rushing back to me. The moments that I snapped when I should have been patient. The times when I was too busy or too distracted, too tired. I began to question everything. Did I give them what they needed? Not just food and shelter, but safety, confidence, unshakable love. Are they even ready for this? And if they're not, is that on me? And am I ready for this? Like those were all of the questions that were going through my head. And the truth is, I honestly thought I would be ready. I thought letting go would feel like a victory, like a sign that I did my job. Good job, But instead, it cracked something open in me. I started remembering all of those tiny moments that I didn't know were the last times. I told you this channel would be real and raw. The last time they reached for my hand in public, the last bedtime story, and the last time they needed me to tie their shoes. And I wanted a do-over, not because I regret everything, but because I didn't know how fast it would go. And here I am. I am proud of who they are, but quietly wondering, who am I now? Like, now that they don't need me in the same way. I mean, I'm sure they still need me, but it's changed. So honestly, I feel really smart that we sold our house and moved into a city, and downsizing wasn't just about space, but it was about starting fresh. You know, as I mentioned in a previous video, and I'll link it, we're both from New York, and being back to a walkable city felt right. It helped fill the space of something new. But here's what I didn't anticipate. When the kids started to live their lives, we're left staring at my partner and wondering, like, what now? Like, what do we even talk about? What do we do in this time, this space, and this quiet? And in that questioning, I found something really important. This isn't just about becoming an empty nester. It's becoming me again, and rediscovering us as a couple. You know, we even started doing something fun together. I found this book online. It's a book called The Adventure Challenge. I'll link it below. It's filled with scratch off activities and ideas for couples. And we've done a couple so far, and we're going to be committing to doing more. One of the challenges, my husband had to bake a pie, but blindfolded. Blindfolded. And I had to guide him through every single step without using any words. Let me just tell you, it was chaos, but it was also hilarious. And the pie was surprisingly delicious. And I just want to say there were no knives involved. We used frozen berries, and we kept it really safe. But, you know, it was fun, and it was silly, and it was a great reminder that we could still surprise each other and make each other laugh. It's in these little moments. This is like how we're filling our space now, with laughter and with curiosity and with togetherness. And if you're in the same boat or about to be, I want you to know something. You are not alone. This transition is huge. It's clearly very emotional. It's scary. And it's a reminder that we're still growing. Just because the kids are grown doesn't mean that our story is done. This is just the next chapter. So tell me, like, where are you on this journey? Have your kids moved out? Are you preparing for that moment? How are you navigating this shift? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experience and how you're filling this space. And if you're feeling a little bit lost in this new season, you are in good company. We're figuring it out together, one day, one memory, and one upgrade at a time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.